Imagine you have agreed to participate in a research study about human memory. On the way to the university psychology department, you anticipate being asked to memorize a series of shapes that appear on a computer screen. Or maybe remember a list of words, the usual sort of exercise. But when you get there, the researcher ushers you into a small, windowless testing room, and you see there is nothing on the table except a ballpoint pen and a few blank sheets of white paper. The researcher hovers behind you. These rooms are always too small to talk face to face, and gives you the instructions. It's simple, really, she says. You just need to write down the 10 most important memories of your life to date. Whenever adults are asked to do this, something consistent happens. The memories that people report most often are from their adolescent and early adult years, from the ages of 10 to 30. The effect is found regardless of how old the participant is when they take the test. It applies to 80-year-olds as much as it applies to 35-year-olds. This is the so-called reminiscence bump, and it's one of the most robust findings in human memory research. It's a surprising phenomenon, because everything we know about memory suggests that recent events should be the ones we remember best, while details about earlier memories should fade. But when it comes to life moments that are important to us, it's the teenage years and 20s that really count. There are a few rather mundane explanations for the bump. One is that your brain is functioning at its prime during those years, so anything that happens in that time is stored in your memory in a particularly effective and long-lasting way. Another is that those years involve a lot of firsts. First love, first time driving a car, first time living away from parents. And that simply because of their novelty, these events leave a bigger mark in the mind. This is all true, but there is another explanation. The period of life captured by the reminiscence bump, particularly the ages of 10 to 20, is fundamentally about figuring out identity. We remember events from those years, in other words, because they make us who we are. I'm talking here about adolescence. The period of development that starts with puberty, when a flood of hormones triggers significant psychological, physical, and neurological changes across the mind and body, and ends when the person has transitioned away from the family unit and taken on their own adult roles and responsibilities. Of course, identity-defining events and relationships happen from the moment we're born and continue to happen into adulthood. But adolescence is distinctly important for a number of reasons. For starters, thanks to the extensive neurological and cognitive development kicked off by puberty, adolescents are biologically driven to seek out the kind of identity-defining experiences that are most memorable. Many of our adolescent memories involve our friends, for example. Why is this? As we will see in the following chapters, adolescents care enormously about what their peers think of them, which drives a lot of the cliched teenager behaviour that is so familiar: the self-consciousness, the cliquey friendships, the intense romances. They are often mocked for this, but it actually makes good biological sense. To survive beyond the family and integrate with a new social group, it's wise for an adolescent to spend a lot of time thinking about whether people approve of them and whether or not they fit in. Adolescents adjust their own behaviour and even their thoughts to fall in line with their peers, because this is what is needed to achieve the safety and sense of belonging that comes with being part of a group. As a result, experiences with peers are particularly salient and powerful at that age, forging formative memories. Growing up and leaving the family unit isn't just about finding friends, it's also about finding a mate, which means adolescents are generally very driven to have romantic relationships and sexual experiences. Arguably, that's the whole point of adolescence. Again, this biological imperative means adolescents end up having some intense, identity-defining experiences of sex and love. Often, as we will see, at a very young age indeed. Lastly, adolescents are biologically driven to take risks, because this enables them to explore the world and establish their independence, and again build relationships beyond their immediate family.